Welcome to the Agri-Gene Spring Angus Bull Night of 2021. Join us tonight. We're opening up farm gates all across the country to bring you unseen footage of Agri-Gene sires, some progeny, and feed photos and stuff of bulls that you haven't seen before. Grab yourself a catalogue, get comfortable. We've got 20 minutes of Agri-Gene action coming right up for you. We're going to kick off our bulls tonight with our #1 semen sales bull at Agri-Gene in Chiltern Park, Moe. He's become a bit of a household name in the Angus breed now and setting himself up as a real fixer for the breed. He's got excellent docility, calming knees and excellent growth. Offers tremendous value for commercial clients as well as stud guys, and in recent sales like Dalton and the famous Texas sale, the bulls were consistently $2,000 above the sale average. My boy Moe brings us to another bull out of exactly the same cow family, Chiltern Park Picasso. A bull offering a bit more length, a bit more muscle, beautiful slick skin like Moe, good feet, good docility, some calming ease data in the system now. He's setting himself up really solid on that calming ease, birth weight front with heaps of grow, and looks to do good things. I think, look, you expect the same sort of outcomes as Moe there, a little bit more performance on paper. If you're following along in the catalogue, over the page is a bull, Ashland. He saw a heap of use on the back of our trip to the US in 2019 and continues to get good use now. He's a bull with exceptional growth, heaps of EMA, and really deep-sided sort of cattle. He leads us into a son of his that was the cattleman's pick at the Texas sale last year, a bull called Texas Quantum Leap. He's a young bull that really offers a few things that tie us up that we like more in Australia to see, like those positive fats and exceptional at ground level, this bull. I think you'll see the new photo here and some feed photos as well. Really impressed. If you're not impressed by those photos, we maybe need to start again. But he's a bull I think can offer a lot of body, a bit of capacity, great set of data on paper as well as in the flesh. I think the cattle, this progeny will grow. We're seeing some calves now, and guys that have got calves are reordering semen and going again. So fills me with a bit of confidence on the bull, and I think you can have some confidence too with this Texas Quantum Leap. He's a step forward. Now, for a young bull, we did a lot of hunting to find after seeing his mother, who's a full sister to Beast Mode, back in 2017. We found this bull, Sterling Pacific. He's really set the world alight here for semen sales for us, and look forward to those progeny coming early, probably next autumn. He's a really stout, thick-made sort of bull, heaps of body, carries right through, maybe just protect him a little on tail head, but outside of that, this bull really does a lot of work and a lot of good things. He's awesome on paper, huge amount of growth, and I think he can do a lot for the Angus breed. With Beast Mode no longer available, this bull Pacific really opens up those doors again to get us back into that Y69 cow family and add a lot of carcass merit as well as phenotype and performance to the Angus breed. Moving on from Pacific, but another no doubt son with a very similar cow family back to Y69, and if you've got growth and power on your wish list, you need to feast your eyes on EG Eyes on You. Absolute rock star in terms of growth, top of the charts I think for Angus bulls in the breed in terms of growth. He's the #1 bull for 600 day weight. Really sets you up with a massive body, heap of capacity, long bull, bit more frame than Pacific. We're probably expecting another frame score out of this bull than Pacific, so up around a 7 to really lift those cattle up. If that's your market, that's your game, then this bull is something you really need to take a good hard look at. Sticking with big horsepower bulls, we've got Merida Quakia, a name that's hard to say, but a bull that's real easy to look at. And we caught up with Scott, the purchaser of the bull over in South Australia. We're here at the SA Junior Heifer Expo, and I bumped into Scott Finlay from Granite Ridge, and I thought I'd give him a quick grilling and a couple of questions on a bull he purchased earlier this year in Merida Quakia. He's a bull we identified through the young sire program that we started this year, the Angus Talent Quest that you might have seen, and Scott purchased him there at Merida. What really appealed to you about the bull, Scott?
He's a very stylish bull. He's nice and deep. He's quite wide. He's got a fair bit of power and weight to go with it. So,
yeah. He's a pretty powerful, impressive sort of individual with a fair bit of frame and thickness. I think he'll fit in quite well there. How have you sort of using the bull? Have you AI'd with him at all? Or are you just backing up?
Yeah, we have. No, we've selectively AI'd to try and basically replicate calves that are going to come out just like him. Because he's just such a handy looking bull.
Yeah. He's got a fair bit of performance on paper too with that growth and that as well.
That's right. It's good to actually get a bit of phenotype, a bit of power there, and also have a bit on paper as well to go with it.
Now we're on to a bull I think you've all been waiting for us to talk about, a bull called Merida Quarterback. Quarterback has frustrated us a little bit this season with a testicle injury, but he's back in the game and producing plenty of semen. So we look forward to being able to offer you plenty of semen right throughout the spring. We'll hear from Simon here shortly on a few comments and his thoughts on the bull. We're back here at Merida in sunny Western Victoria again with Simon, talking about a bull that is on the top of a lot of people's list, Merida Quarterback Q11. He's created a bit of hype last spring, and Simon, I first came across the bull on Instagram. He certainly caught my attention, and I suppose he jumped into your appeal as well. Tell us a little bit about how you found that bull, knowing that they're in big contemporary groups and stuff like that here.
Yeah, Rob, we run the bulls in. He was in a mob of about 200 bulls, and as you drive past, as you do, you sort of cast your eye over, and he was a bull that took you caught your eye as you drove past. So we made a mental note to say, well, we must keep an eye on this fella. We didn't have any tags with pedigrees or anything like that. We try not to do that so we're not biased. So he just had a number and we didn't know who he was.
Yeah, excellent. And he certainly, then I suppose you've got genomics on him, he really come to the fore then. And that data really set him alight. Tell us a little bit about the bull's cow family. I know there's a few cows here, full sisters to the mother as well as the mother, and then a bull probably went to South Australia, I think, out of that same family.
Yeah, look, the female side of the pedigree is what really excites us, because it is performing generation after generation. His sisters have all, we're preg testing today, this will be their third calf. All have stayed in the system, all have been pregnant to AI, so it's a really exciting exercise to see fertility in the family. As you said, the top of the drop a couple of years ago was out of the Grand Dam, and she and he went over to Merida Park in South Australia.
And she also sold earlier, or late last year, I should say.
Yeah, she did. We sold her at our sale in December, and she was bought by 3 studs, one in Western Australia, one in Victoria, and one in South Australia. So she's gone on to further stud duty. So we're really excited to see how she goes for someone else.
Now, we're really excited about Quarterback. We think he puts it all together on 3 points, that phenotype that we spoke about, the performance data, and also the cow family, and hopefully gives you guys a lot of confidence in using the bull. SS Brickyard, a new young bull that's been underrated in my mind, and he's also a bit of a favourite of mine. He's a bull that offers a heap of thickness. He's pretty sound at ground level, great slick coat, and a bull I think really sets you up foundation-wise as a herd. Awesome birth to growth spread, makes bulls that you can sell all day. Look forward to this bull coming forward as we see some progeny around the place. Really thick sort of cattle, strong topped, and some length. I think you can use this bull anywhere really in your herd, and he will set you up fine. We've also got great conception rate data on this bull at over 6% above average, which brought us to bringing in some sex semen on the bull, which we can offer to you as well later this year. Another bull we'll have available for you in sex semen, as well as plenty of conventional, is a proven performer in Clunes crossing Dusty. A real deep-bodied, well-made sort of bull that has proven the test of time with outstanding numbers of progeny registered in the top few bulls around, with numbers in multiple herds, as well as a great carcass data and early growth. The other thing that this bull has is an extremely low mature cow weight for those aficionados in that space, and look to those new indexes and research indexes that are coming up. This bull will really excel. If you haven't used Dusty already and you're looking forward to the future and want to be up to date, I think Dusty's going to be in that group of bulls. Now have a look at this rooster, DB Iconic. He's an awesome made bull, and our US counterparts have been raving about him to us for the last 12 months. Cody Sankey from Gen X has really pushed this bull. He's got a lot of time for him, and I think so do I. You can see by the way the bull moves around, he's a phenotypic rock star, but yet you get to his arithmetic and he really stands out there as well, with over 3 marbling, a huge amount of growth, but all jammed into a 5/8 frame, which I think is sort of the modern cattle that we're looking for today. So have a look at Iconic. I think he offers a lot, and he's a great bull for those modern breeders. Now we want to bring to you a bull that was the phenotypic standout of the L519 sons from last year. He's a bull called Blair phenotype, and both Dick Whale and myself really rated this bull in the flesh when we seen him, and you can see the new photo here that we've just put up really speaks to the bull in the way he holds himself, and he's got that great top and muscling, a bull that really appeals to me, and I think he'll appeal to you guys too with his outstanding breed character. And I think this bull can offer a lot on even those modern, sort of moderate carcass bulls that have been used in the breed of late, and I think he really will add some length and dimension to those sort of cattle, and they'll both complement each other really well. Look to phenotype for your marbling and a well-balanced mate package. So with beast mode now out of action and no semen available, we've moved on with two sons that we think represent his legacy really well. The first is KO Pandemic. We're here with Heath Tiller from Goolagong Angus. We've just had a look at a bull Heath purchased last year, KO Pandemic, and we'll get Heath to tell us a little bit about the bull. Probably, what did you think of the bull when he first turned up? You bought him sight unseen, but on photo and videos.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, yep. No, he was just exactly what I was hoping he was going to turn out to be, with the phenotype and the thickness.
Yep.
And also, the figures on paper, the back up. Yeah, and very good, structurally correct bull.
Yeah, no, we just had a good look at him out in the paddock there. He's out in a 20-acre paddock with 3 or 4 other bulls, and we got some footage for you there to look at. And I see on the way back too, you got a few calves. Well, how is he turning out that way on the Carbonates front?
Yeah, very good. Yeah, I used him over some heifers as well. We've probably got 20 odd calves on the ground by him so far, and they all look really good.
Yeah,
come out little thick, nice and thick and little, and hitting the ground running. So they look good. Yeah,
excellent. Now looking at his data, I'd expect his birth weight to maybe come back, or at least hold, but probably come back a whisker on that. So next beast mode son we bring to you is Clooney Range Plantation. He's a bull that's moderate, thick, soft, and his feet look like they've been moulded out of clay. He's now just got his first calves on the ground. I'm pretty excited with what I've seen. He's really consistent, and just like his daddy, we're getting phone calls about those calves from all the breeders that have used the bull. We've got some new photo and video of the bull here, which I think he really impresses just in the flesh, and he offers a pretty outstanding genomic package as well in terms of growth, fats, and IMF. I think he's a great replacement for beast mode going on in the future, so get into Plantation. Now we're on to our last bull of the night. He's a bull I think's flown under the radar for far too long. Glencock Makahu. This bull is awesome to look at in the flesh, and I urge you to get a look at him, as a few other cattlemen that we'll talk to later really loved him. And he's a bull that you'd use on cows to mate cows. Phenotypically, he's a standout, a consistent bull. If we had football umpires this consistent, we'd have a lot less troubles in the world. He's got a great hind quarter and stretch to the bull. The length in him's phenomenal. The feet are good. We'll throw to a couple of astute cattlemen with their comments on the bull. We're here with Ben Glatz from Glatz Black Angus, and we've just had a quick inspection of Makahu and done some video and footage for you to see here shortly. He's not long come from his second home over at Mandaean Angus, and he looks a treat, ready to go out with cows now. You, Ben, for the 4th time, is that right, he's going out with?
Yeah, yep. So he'll see a particularly heavy workload again naturally this year. We've AI'd some cattle as well, and we've got 3 drops on the ground.
Yeah. So on that 3 drops on the ground, you've really tested his calving. He's out a bit, and how's he performing on that front?
Very good. So he's seen a lot of heifer joinings himself, AI or naturally, and the calves are around average for birth weight in our contemporaries, and no issue on calving ease. So probably the perfect balance to achieve good calving ease out of heifers without having to chase particularly low birth weight.
Yeah, excellent. No, I like what I've seen from the bull here. There's some heifers that you'll see we took some, couldn't help but take a couple of pictures of, and phenotypically they stand up really well. Tell us, Ben, how are you seeing? I know you had bulls in the bull sale back at the start of the year, and how those bulls shaped up in terms of phenotype and stuff like that.
Yeah, so they were very well received, Rob. They were the younger bulls in the sale as being naturally mated or mop-up joined bulls, and they were obviously, they sold well, and they were certainly selected for their added frame and length and dimension.
So I think they averaged about $500 above the sale average, which for a bull that probably did some backup as well as some AI,
yes,
covered quite well. Also, why don't you tell us a little bit about Makahu himself? I mean, he's a bit of a rooster, and you guys will see it in the video, but how would you mate the bull?
To me it seems obvious. There are some high use AI side females that have been used significantly in recent years that I think he's the perfect match for.
Yep.
Daughters of bulls like Moe, Beast Mode, EF Complement and LD Capitalist. And we don't have all of them here, but the ones that we do, we've got complements and capitalists. And we think he's the perfect match for those cattle to add a bit of frame and length and dimension.
Yeah.
And if they need some help in the docility front, he'll certainly contribute to that.
Yeah, for me the bull's certainly got an ideal frame and ample thickness. Like, he's a really heavy muscle bull for that sort of frame. Pretty impressed with the way he moves and a really strong top man. In reality, son, he's really rock solid there. So we're pretty excited about what he can do, and I think he's probably been a little bit underrated and underused in the past, but I think he can do a lot for the industry, and I'm pretty excited about what that bull can do for the rest of the industry as well as you.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of high numbered bulls get used heavily based on their numbers early, and then they're forgotten about pretty quickly, whereas this side, probably coming from the other way, we're coming with a really good structured phenotype bull with a good sound production history that's super sound at, what is he, 5-year-old now, roughly.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't see a bull carrying his weight and length and that sort of thing move as well and handle himself as well as he does, I don't think.
We're here at the SA Junior Heifer Expo, and I just wandered across to Tom Baker from Warnerley Cementals, and I was talking to Ben Blatz before, and he said you were out there at his place the other day and you inspected Makahu.
Yeah, we did, and yeah, really interesting bull. I hadn't seen him before. Ben talked a lot about him and obviously seen photos, but really got to appreciate the bull when you see him in the flesh. You know, a bull that's got a huge amount of capacity. He's got softness. He's got structural integrity. Beautiful footed bull. He's got, you know, that head shape that you need in a sire. He's got a beautiful head. He's got some carriage, and he moves. You know, he ticks a lot of boxes. It's hard to find bulls in any breed that look like that.
Makahu's a real favourite of mine, and he's a bull that all you guys have been asking for. So we've found the bull. We've put him in your lap. He's up to you guys now to have a crack at him. In some late breaking news at Agri-Gene, we've just managed to secure a new bull in Mujanella Quinella Q33 with Pathfinder and Rennie Lee. He was the $64,000 top price bull at that sale, and he's just arrived at TLG, made a little bit of semen, and I got a good look at him. First thing that came to my mind when I saw this bull was thickness. This bull is really deep in that rear third and deep in the twist, and he's got a really strong Angus head to him. He also offers a pretty awesome set of performance in birth to growth and carcass data. But the big feature on this fella is low mature cow weight, and it's a thing that a lot of breeders have been asking us for lately. This bull has it. So used to moderate some mature cow size without giving up anything else. Also, some other breaking news for you is we have a Kiwi bull coming for later in the spring. Keep your eyes peeled. Thanks for joining us this evening, and a big thanks to Angus Australia for the initiative. We've given you a selection of our bull team tonight. All the other bulls and all the bulls in our catalogue will be available with videos on YouTube to try and help you get the most out of them. We're pretty proud of this bull team that we've put together. There's been a lot of work go into it, and we're excited to offer them to you. Don't be afraid to give us a ring, call us anytime. We're happy to talk Angus cattle with you guys. And just remember, we're here to help you breed the cattle that you want to breed and not tell you how to breed cattle.